NBC10's Lauren Make has been following every major development from our newsroom. Lauren.
Jacqueline, Democrats are in charge of this process, and they chose these first witnesses to lay out the story for the American people, especially Ambassador Taylor, who was part of behind-the-scenes conversations and explained how he realized what was really going on with Ukraine foreign policy. Democrats today trying to bring this home to viewers, getting their first look at the case against the president.
This is the first in a series of public hearings the committee will be holding as part of the House's impeachment inquiry.
The first public hearing, the first witnesses in the first impeachment inquiry in more than 2 decades on Capitol Hill.
If this is not impeachable conduct, what is?
Where is the impeachable offense in that call?
I'm not here to take one side or the other.
Acting Ambassador Bill Taylor laying out today rising concerns about what he called a highly irregular channel for U.S. policy with Ukraine, involving former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani and the holdup of aid money for Ukraine.
I wrote that withholding security assistance in exchange for help with a domestic political campaign in the United States would be crazy. I believed that then, and I believe it now.
Taylor told the House Intelligence Committee it became clear to him both that money and a White House meeting for Ukrainian President Zelensky were conditioned on investigations into the 2016 election and the Bidens, former Vice President Joe Biden and his son Hunter, who had served on the board of a Ukrainian oil company. Deputy Assistant Secretary of State George Kent testified he had expressed a concern about that position while Biden was vice president.
My concern was that there was the possibility of a perception of a conflict of interest.
The White House has already released notes from a call that shows President Trump did bring up Biden with Ukrainian President Zelensky. And today, Ambassador Taylor revealing new information about a call he says a staff member overheard between Ambassador Gordon Sondland and President Trump, who asked about, quote, the investigations.
Following the call with President Trump, the member of my staff asked Ambassador Sondland what President Trump thought about Ukraine. Ambassador Sondland responded that President Trump cares more about the investigations of Biden, which Giuliani was pressing for.
That moment, one of the key takeaways for Congresswoman Madeleine Dean, a Democrat from Montgomery County.
It's a confirmation of what I worry about. He's betrayed his oath of office. He's asked for interference with an upcoming election for his own personal gain.
It is day one of public hearings for an impeachment inquiry under criticism by the president and Republicans.
This spectacle is doing great damage to our country. It's nothing more than an impeachment process in search of a crime.
There is another public hearing scheduled for Friday with the former ambassador to Ukraine and more for next week. But one behind closed doors meeting could also draw some attention. NBC News has learned the staffer that Ambassador Taylor says overheard that conversation with President Trump talks to the committee in private on Friday. Live in the newsroom, I'm Lauren Make, NBC10 News.